evolve. And that's how we go past what? Our karma. And when I say karma, I mean that's how we evolve our embodiment. 10 years from now, you should be a greater person, not have greater clothes. You should be a more conscious and enlightened, harmonious being 10 years from now. You should have more inner peace. You should have more magnetic ability to create goodness in the lives of others in 10 years. Am I right?
Yes.
You should not have a bigger closet. All those clothes can burn up in a fire. Then you have nothing. But if you have become something more, then you have everything. So we did not come here to enrich the material world. When we leave here, there will be 99 elements on a periodic chart. And when we come back, the same 99 elements will be here. So it must be something greater to us than the emphasis we put in the material world. It's a fact. So the whole thing with our hair is not natural hair versus cosmetic hair. The emphasis is knowing who we are. Period. Because the whole natural hair thing can become the same trap. It's just hair. And if you're looking for people to love you and appreciate you for your hair, then you don't know that you are a real enough person to be appreciated for who you are. So, you can leave your hair alone or you can do something with it. But the real nature of you ain't based on no hair. Because if you find somebody that just like hair, they can like anybody with that hair. They can like anybody with their clothes. But they cannot like anybody that is the composition of you without liking you. Because within your inner being, your personality, there is not another you on the planet Earth. But there's people with that hairstyle. There's people with that outfit on. And that's where they get mad and actually fight people in the club over outfits. Because they really believe that was them. You got me. How you going to show up as me? That show you that they really don't know who they are. You have people with dreadlocks, cut their locks off. People don't even know those people anymore. Who are you? What happened to you? You still as much consciousness as you was. Your consciousness didn't decrease. It ain't like they severed half of your brain. You still the entirety of the person you was. But they're so superficial. And this is the thing that I say about that. Once you go beyond these materialistic illusions of the attachment on those materialistic levels, what you find out is when you go out and this person don't like what you're wearing, you don't care less because it's not that they don't like you. So you don't even take that personal. And if a person likes what you're wearing, you don't even take that personal because you know that has absolutely nothing to do with you. It's their whole concept of fashion and all that stuff that's made up in their damn head. So you don't even get caught up into that at all. So then what happens is you can really get on a solid path to know yourself and you're not swayed by the energies of other people. Oh, we like you today because of this. We hate you today because of that. Why you wear this today? Why you didn't wear that yesterday? Now your very spiritual path is swayed. You cannot walk a straight course because you are affected by illusions. You are affected by things in an illusionary world. And you're looking to be validated in a world of illusion. But when you get among real people, they could care less about those type of things. Whether it's conscious, whether you got a dajiki that drag the motherfucking flow, we don't care. We do not care about these things. We care about the true soul, the true inner glow of the personal development of the person. That's heavy. Now, how many people are looking at that? And when you're looking at that, you can see people right by looking at them. You can look into their eyes and actually see the actual person. But if you're distracted by clothes and garments and stuff like that, you don't know what you're dealing with. Everybody that's wearing a suit and bow tie, it don't represent black nationalism. That's how the informants get into our groups. Because we become clothing groups. So we cannot see people for who they are anymore because we have identified them based on their clothing, based on their image. So this is not an image movement one way or the other. We're not getting into images. Black organizations were brought down over images. Because some informant can get in there and look the look, walk the walk, and talk the talk. But there is no look in this. There is no talk, there is no walk. This is a place where people are encouraged to be who they are and where we recognize them based on who they are. Not who they're trying to be or how they're trying to present themselves. We see through that. And we should. That's enlightenment. That's enlightenment. So my whole thing with that is that we have to get past those type of superficial assumptions and stop engaging in them ourselves. When we do that, all the type of fears and the limits that we got by making those superficial assumptions, because now we're escaping the realm of the superficial. And that's where the European has its power at. It's superficial. It's not real. All the land out here, the European cannot manage it. He cannot control all the land and all the people. But his symbolism of these dress codes and these symbols and these police cars and all that superficial. And if we believe in the superficial, then we cannot conceptualize how we could build a nation because we've given power to superficial illusions. But when we as individuals can actually escape the realm of the superficial, then we see that, hold up, it wouldn't take nothing to build a nation. That's easy. The only thing making it look complicated to build a nation, the only thing that's making it look complicated is the superficial notions that we have accepted about what actually even exists out there. But the first realm of escaping it is not getting it out there, it's getting it within yourself. Then you realize that people, no matter how superficial they walk up, they have no power over you. You now have a weapon against superficial weaponry. You can use reality. Your knowledge of reality is the greatest weapon and is the only weapon that you have against illusion. Your knowledge of reality. And your knowledge of reality comes from being a real person. And what is that? That's somebody who's not trying to be something, but allowing themselves the process of being who they are. That's heavy. That's heavy. So I wanted to just put a little time into the clothing thing, one way or the other. Real people are not looking at people's clothes that they're wearing. They're not. They're actually people out here that are so real that they can look at people and see the genuineness of who they actually are. They have that type of wisdom based on choosing to deal with reality. And them people ain't worried about agents. And they know where their real power lies at in personhood. So they don't even need the props. Because they know that even when something false comes up to something real, it might be false, but it can see the real. It may present itself as being something false for a very long time, but when the reality shows up, it knows what it's looking at. So when we be real, that's the only power we need to bring down the illusions that our enemies have against us as being real. So we can come out of that, even the holy garments. But nobody's really holy. But they're wearing holy garments and garbs. But deep in themselves, they're not holy.